Hi, welcome to Birthing Beginnings. I am Thammie Sy and I welcome you to our home. Before I begin, I wanted to give you a short background of how I got into birth work in the first place. This picture is this is our first family picture back in 2006. I gave birth to my eldest daughter via Lamaze, or natural spontaneous delivery, or we call it sometimes as unmedicated birth. Back then, in 2006, there was not that many childbirth courses available. There was no Facebook back then, so there was not that much online support either. I just knew that I wanted to give birth in the most natural way because I did not want to birth out of fear. I wanted to give birth with confidence. I wanted it to be a satisfying and calm experience for me, my partner, and my child. So here I was, 2006. As you can see, that's the best photo I can find. We were not so high-tech back then. This was also in a birthing suite in one of our hospitals here in St. Luke's, Quezon City. 2 years after I gave birth to our second daughter, Mika. This was the longest labor for me, counting from 4 cm. Oh no, counting from 6 cm. So that's really active labor, considered active labor already. It took me another 24 hours before she came out into the world. I think she loved being inside my womb too much. But to encourage you, even if it's 24 hours, I still managed to give birth with no medications. But because it took me long to give birth to her, it took another 5 years or 4 years before I gave birth to our third child, Isaiah. With Isaiah, he was the only labor that I had with the breaking of my bag of water, or those things that we see in movies, as the onset, as the first sign of my labor. And we'll be talking more about signs of labor later on. Okay? And then I finally gave birth to our youngest back in 2015. I would consider Liam's birth to be the shortest birth. So with all my births, I had a positive experience, and since I gave birth to my eldest daughter, I've been wanting to help moms. So what I do, I would gather moms just like you and gather dads, and we'll have what we call pregnancy party. And I would just be handing them some of my checklists and answering some of their questions. I remember times when I would research on their behalf if they had a question that I didn't know about. And so all this to say, in short, ever since I gave birth to our first child, I have been wanting to support other parents when it comes to birth, when it comes to breastfeeding, when it comes to parenting in general. Not that at that time I didn't really know much, but I was willing to learn so that I can share whatever it was that I learned. And it is still the same today. I still love learning about childbirth and breastfeeding and parenting because I still love sharing what I know so I can support other parents like you. So back in 2017, I finally made this desire legit. I took up training. This was my first training in Hawaii. I became a childbirth educator, certified childbirth educator, and also took up Doula training with DONA-International. Doing birth work, I realized that a lot of parents need support after birth, in breastfeeding, in postpartum adjustments, and so I took up trainings as well. This was my training in Illinois to be a certified lactation specialist. In 2018, I went to Singapore to get trained with spinning babies and as a postpartum doula. And this photo, I love this photo because this was the training that I had with Lamaze. Now, this has a special place in my heart because 14 years ago, or rather 15 years ago, when I was pregnant with Aliana, I read a book called The Official Lamaze Guide, and that was what made me decide to try to give birth naturally, or as natural as possible with least amount of medical interventions. And reading that book, it convinced me that I am made and I am designed to give birth. It gave me the confidence to give birth. And when I signed up for this class, little did I know that I was signing up under the program of that author of that book that I read. So this was this training. I also took up training with Postpartum International. This was my training on perinatal mood and anxiety disorders. So we do have support. There is support, even not just in the season of childbirth, but even after birth. We want to support you.